Hello everyone, welcome to the latest video. It's been a while since I've managed to record anything, so I just wanted to jump on and do a quick video. It's not going to be anything special. I haven't got time to sort of do all the graphics and the slides, because that's what's been putting me off. I've been trying to have time to do a perfect video, if you like, and I'll just never get it done at the moment if that's the case. So I'm just going to jump on, talk to you for a little bit, and hopefully give you a couple of tips on what might help you in the near future. So as the title of the video says, I wanted to speak to you about making the most out of your research, and by that could be making the most out of your research or my research if you're a subscriber to the MBM system. And by this, what I mean is when you've got your research and you've got statistically researched bets or tips, you can use those tips to bet on different markets during the game as it progresses and as it takes different twists and turns that we can't normally predict. As you know, it's a very unpredictable thing, betting on football. So let me talk about a little bit what I mean. So with my draw system, for example, I'll be looking at predicting games that are likely to end in a draw, as you know. So with those, we'll be looking at games that are tightly matched, games that don't have many goals normally, games between teams that are evenly matched in the league usually. Often I'll look at games where the away team is slightly stronger than the home team, giving a bit more of an even playing field, if you like. So if the weaker team is at home, you'd like to think that the stats back it up. They have a better chance of getting a result than if they were away, obviously. So it means that it sort of brings the two teams a bit closer together. And so often you'll see in these games where the home team will take the lead and the away team will come back, put a lot of pressure on and come back, and often they'll end in a 1-1 draw, which I've seen a lot of, and that's kind of a situation that I like to see. If I see an early goal for the home team in the draw games, then I'm quite happy with that, and I'll watch the game as it progresses and often see the away team, even if they don't actually get the draw, I'll see them progress throughout the game, have more shots on target, have a lot more pressure, and ultimately we're looking for them to get the draw. Sometimes the draw won't come, obviously, but it shows that the selection is sound and that it could have ended up in a draw, and the parameters are set correctly. So what happens if that draw doesn't come, or even if the draw does come, what happens if you're in the situation where that home team is ahead and the away team is chasing? Well, one of the other bets that we look at, or that I look at, is corner betting, and I'm big on corner betting. I've managed to get, actually, for those who watch regularly, I've managed to get a Bet365 account, which I'm absolutely buzzing about. A friend of mine opened one up for me. Don't tell anyone, you're not supposed to, are you? I might have access to a Bet365 account, and since Sunday, I've been killing it on in-play corners. I think I got him to put £10 in for me, and I'm up to about 140 now. Purely in play corners, like 60 minutes onwards, and I want to find a way of sharing those with you. I did have my Twitter account where I was messing about with it and posting in play corner bets, but they weren't real because I wasn't actually putting money on them, so I needed that risk factor. Anyway, I digress a little bit, but with the in play corners match yesterday that I'll try and put up, if I can master the wizardry of editing the video, I should be able to put it up, a screenshot. One of the draw selections was Paris FC. No, not Paris FC. One of them was Paris FC versus Le Havre, France, whatever. What was the other one? It was a reserve game in Holland. AZ were the away team. I think it was Dordrecht, something like that. I don't know the pronunciation. You'll see on the screenshot. And I had it down as a draw, and it was 1-0 to the home team. Let's just call them the home team. It was 1-0 to the home team with about sort of 60 minutes left or something. So I was monitoring this game, and I was seeing that AZ were having a lot of possession and they were attacking a lot. And more importantly, my stats suggested that this should be a draw. It had a good chance of being a draw. And so instead of just sitting back and watching that progress and potentially having a losing bet if the draw didn't come in, I had a look at the corner market and got involved at about 75 minutes and bet on there being 3 more corners, I think it was. Again, the screenshot will show, at about 1.91. And because AZ were pushing so hard, that bet came in quite easily with quite a lot of time left. The game went on to end 2-0, and the draw bet lost. But because of the research that we'd already done, we knew that there'd be pressure in the game. We knew that the away team would be pressing and that there's a likelihood of corners because of that pressure. We also looked at the match facts so far and saw that there'd already been a substantial amount of corners and shots on target, which suggested that the away team were capable of putting crosses in and willing to put crosses in or have shots. So with them pushing more and more towards the end of the game, it was only natural that more corners would come. And that's a really easy example of what I mean by using your research to look at complementary markets. So a complementary market obviously would be something that uses similar parameters, similar filters to the one that you're actually betting on. So it's transferable skills, if you like, as an analogy. So it's markets where you can take what you already know from your pre-match research and apply in play when the sort of land shifts a little bit and things aren't quite as you thought they were beforehand, but you've got some research that says, okay, I know that this team's losing, but that means I also know that they're evenly matched teams and that the away team is going to try and push. So let's have a look at the corner market. You could have said, let's have a look at the overs market, I guess, but I don't like really betting on overs. And it would have lost. So yeah, I just wanted to say, when I give you the tips or the selections, I like to call them tips, when my selections come out, what we want to work on is having you be able to use those selections and progress to the stage where you can use them for other than what I'm suggesting. So this is a prime example with the draws and the corners. If you've got a team that you're thinking should be drawing the game and actually losing, have a look and see what the corner odds are like and see if you can get involved and take advantage of those. It could be the same with the under 2.5 market. You could see a game that's gone 1-0 up quite early on, but it's a goal to the favourite, and the away team or the underdog isn't very good at coming from behind. You could put a bet on 2.5 when a goal has already gone in, because you're saying, I do that quite often. I'll wait for the first goal to go in, so the under 2.5 goals odds go up, and then I'll put an under 2.5 goals trade in, and then benefit from the time decay that way. You can get involved under 2.5 at half time when it's 1-0 at half time. Get involved. Often the odds will come back similar to they were at the start. Most markets for the under 2.5, it's sort of assumed that there'll be one goal in the first half, 2 goals in the second half, because more goals are scored in the second half of a game. So if a goal goes in the first half, if you can ride it out until half time, you'll generally go back to a sort of break-even point at half time, and you can cash out for no profit, or you can sort of progress with your bet. So yeah, just a little couple of things that I wanted to get off my chest and just share with you that might help you with your bets in the next couple of days while I'm sort of preparing to get some more videos with some sort of more substantive content. So I hope that might have helped slightly. It was a bit of a ramble, wasn't it? But I just wanted to fit this video in between bits and bobs that are going on. All right, okay, take care, see you later.